Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Bullony Basketball. Here today with a special guest, none other than my guy Trent. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. I just got out of work. I'm excited to do this episode with you. And if y'all don't know me already, I do NBA content. So if you want to go check that out, I'm called Top Notch. And yeah, I'm ready.
Yep, top notch. The face of the Miami Heat network too, and also in the Clutch Talk pod. I know you guys know John. I've had him on here a few times before. This man's doing everything basically, point blank simple. so
I'll
yeah.
see my face.
Yeah. But without further ado, I mean, we can get into the topics for this week. I think the big thing over the past 14 days, because I didn't have an episode last week, and that is All-Star Weekend. You know, we got to see the slam dunk contest with a G League player winning it, Dame time in the three-point contest, the All-Star game, which kind of got mixed reviews. What was your take on all of All-Star Weekend? And did you have any, high points or low points that you want to address?
All right, so I'll just start from Friday and then I'll go from to Sunday.
Mm.
So the celebrity game, I've never been a fan of celebrity games. I usually never watch them. But this one I watched. It caught my attention. I love what I see from DK Metcalf. I honestly think a team should sign him to a 10-day contract. He was dunking on it, everybody blocking shots and stuff like that. It came down to the wire too. If y'all watched the game, the Miz hit a full court shot, but it just didn't count. But it's supposed to be fun. So I thought that was pretty enjoyable. The celebrities were great. I think you brought it up in one of the episodes that we did yesterday that this is probably for a while that this is probably one of the best celebrity group that they had.
Mm.
And so I think that's what made it more entertaining for me, and that I knew a lot of them. Majority of the time, I don't really know who's this and who's that, but when you know what they do for a career, and then you see them on the court, it just makes it more enjoyable. Personally, for my opinion. I thought that was cool. The Rising Stars game, not a fan of it, to be honest with you. The target score, the tournament, I think you just need to keep it regular. I just watched the highlight of back in the day when it was Tim Hardaway Jr. versus Dion Waiters. Like, that was when it was fun. That's when it was very entertainment. They were going back and forth. And they were actually playing somewhat of a defense. I know no one wants to get injured. I know no one wants to get hurt, stuff like that. But at least make it a little bit competitive at the end. Like, let's compete. Let's act like you're getting something out of this, because I do believe they get a trophy at the end or something like that.
Mm.
But them doing the four teams and then the tournaments and stuff like that, and then you got to get to a certain amount of points, wasn't really a big fan of it. So Friday, I would give like a 5 out of 10, and that's just because of the celebrity game. Saturday is it's always supposed to be the big night, because now we get the 3-point contest, we get the skills challenge, and we get the dunk contest. I said this in another episode of mine that I wasn't a fan of the skills challenge. I think they need to take the Giannis's out. I cannot pronounce their name, so I'm just going to say Giannis. Their name's confusing, but I think they need to take them out. They don't know how to play basketball. The only reason why they're known is because of Giannis, the MVP, the NBA Finals champion. Only reason, they're taking the spotlight from other players. They're taking the spotlight from where it can be more competitive. But I do each year they had a team. I think last year they had the Cavaliers. This year they had the Utah Jazz, and I think it's because from Salt Lake. And then they had the rookie. So I think that was pretty cool. Maybe you change it up a little bit. But one thing, NBA, if you're listening to this video, just don't invite Honest and Alex. No more. We don't want them at all. The dunk contest was cool. I think they gave a lot of slack, a lot of hate to Trey Murphy. But let's be honest, he did have some cool dunks. It's just because he's so tall that it's just it wasn't really impressive. And then for Matt McClung, on the other hand, he's so small. So when he does like a 360 or just like a pump fake crazy dunk, the whole crowd goes crazy. And so I think coming into the dunk contest, a lot of people had Matt McClung winning it all. The dunk contest hasn't really been great since the Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon time. And I don't think it'll ever be that great because, a lot of players just don't want to compete. You hear Ja, he'll never do it. Zion is in the air. So overall, I think it was pretty solid. I think Kenyon Martin has some good dunks, but he just unfortunately just missing them. Jericho Sims should never be invited to a dunk contest ever again. Ever again. I know if y'all didn't watch it, pretty much he tried to do a dunk. He did two dunks similar, putting his elbow in the rim, but there was one dunk where he had a piece of paper and it took him 5 minutes to open the paper and it said a 50. And I'm just like, that dunk is so corny, you should just be disqualified. So overall, I'm gonna say I think Matt McClung was the bright spot of the night. I'm happy for him. He got $100,000. I seen this thing that his average salary was $100K. So he made that in one night. So congratulations to him. And in the 3-point contest, I expected Dame to win. When there's no Curry in there, Dame's obviously the second best shooter, personally in my opinion. But shout out to Tyrese, put up 31 points. I think that was pretty incredible. It's crazy that they had two Pacers in the finals, so I think that was pretty cool. So I think it was a solid night. And in the All-Star game, a lot of people was criticizing that. You got Mike Malone coming for it, Jaylen Brown. I think one of the high moments that I personally like was Jaylen Brown versus Tatum. Jaylen Brown was cooking Tatum for a while. I'm not going to lie to you. But there was a chance where Jason Tatum had to be, he was going to make him fall, but he just lost it. So I think if he would have done that, that would have been a huge viral clip going around the whole world. So overall, All-Star game wasn't too entertaining because it was a blowout. LeBron got hurt. A lot of the superstars are not playing. Zion, Curry, Jokic didn't even try. Luka, none of them really tried. No one really cares for it. So yeah, I think personally, in my opinion, if no one's gonna try, no one's gonna play, let's just give them the nod and just keep it pushing. I just think that maybe I'm not saying take it out, but I mean look what the NFL did. I'm not sure if y'all watch NFL. They kind of changed the whole script to tackle to flag football, and it made it a little bit more entertaining. So that's just my personal opinion about the All-Star weekend. A solid night. I made a lot of TikTok content out of it, so I can't complain.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel you kind of with the idea of maybe just giving them the nod and moving on. I think that's something that some people have been saying lately. But I agree with you on the celebrity game. I think that personally, it's probably been the best cast that we've had of celebrities in a long time. At least since the Kevin Hart days, it seemed like you knew maybe 8-10 guys every time they were in it. And then, moving on to Rising Stars and the Skills Challenge, I think both those formats were good when they had them, and I feel like they kind of tried to change them to be different, but from what we've seen is they don't need to be different, they were good the way they were. I like the change they made for the Skills Challenge when they put in the tournament, the 8-person, and it's a relay, against each other. That was a great addition, better than what they had before. But, I don't like this, trio thing. And what confuses me, I know what you said about, Giannis and his brothers and stuff. It doesn't make sense having them. If you're going to do another group of 3, I found it so ironic that they replaced Giannis with Drew Holiday. Why didn't they just bring the Holiday brothers? They're better, if you ask me, all around. You know what I mean? I obviously Giannis is better than Drew, but I think both of Drew's brothers are better than Giannis's brothers, are they not? I mean, they're on surefire NBA contracts. But I just thought that was kind of funny. And then, 3-point contest, Dame put on a show. Buddy Hield, he's him. And then, Tyrese definitely, like you said, had a great first round. I thought Markkanen actually was doing pretty good, but he kind of disappointed me in the last rack. I thought he could have made a final round push. And then the dunk contest, again, Mac McClung, reiterating what you said, was insane. So was Trey Murphy. I think Şengün needed to be passing it to KJ Martin. And then, Jericho Sims. I saw somebody said something he was imitating Santa on Christmas, where he's when he dunks the cookies in the milk because he kept putting his elbows in the rim. But yeah, man. Other than that though, and then the All-Star game wasn't great, but I personally still enjoyed it. Obviously a lot of people being injured. It just didn't seem like the defensive intensity was there in the fourth quarter, which usually the last few years, ever since they added the 24 points for Kobe, it seems like they've always had that. But this year they just kind of didn't. So that was probably my only real complaint. But I mean, even with the injuries, there's still some of the best talent in the world. You're not going to see this in any game for the whole year put together. So I still enjoyed it. But I guess there definitely were better ones. But I don't know if you have anything else you wanted to add to this.
Yeah, I just want to say one more thing. Why did they invite Julius Randle to the 3-point contest?
I don't even know.
I know a lot of people don't watch OKC. They're not on TV. But I watch OKC, and Isaiah Joe has the highest 3-point percentage, I believe, right now in the NBA. I think it's like 45%. And he takes a lot of threes. I got to go look back and stuff, but I know it's high 40s. Why wasn't he in it? Is it because he's a no-name? Like, you see what I'm saying? So I think the 3-point contest is mainly for superstar players, which is cool. I think a lot of people go there to see all the superstars. So no one's going to go there to see Isaiah Joe. But if you're going to go to a 3-point contest, let's have the best shooters. And I think Isaiah Joe is part of that.
And I mean, they love putting Pacers in like Halliburton and Hield. I think there's a former Pacer, too, that's shooting just about as good as that and playing like a six-man of the year candidate. Where was Malcolm Brogdon, right?
Yeah.
I think he should have been in it, personally. So there's a lot of guys that I feel like got snubbed, and Julius Randle, we'll never know why he was in it, but I think we can feel good that he probably won't be back. Yeah. But if you want, though, we can move on. We could talk about this, I guess, NBA streaming bidding war going on. Rumors are coming out that NBC Sports is going to make a push. They're going to try and get the NBA back after they lost them just over 20 years ago. And you also see like other networks like Apple and Amazon. They're trying to get some rights, maybe get some games in here, potentially as a playoff streamer. But what do you see from, mainly NBC, but these other networks too, about the potential of, adding the NBA?
For the company purposes, you got to think about it, right? NBA generates money, and NBA typically the views have been going down a little bit, but they're still very high, And so when you add a sport company like the NBA to one of the NBCs or Amazon or Apple, whatever the case may be, it's gonna money to their businesses. And not only that, like I said, I'm not sure if you watch football, but NBC on football nights, it's like I don't know I don't know how to explain. I just like know how to. It's like a feeling where it's just like it's on NBC. I don't know if it really makes too much sense, but like for company purposes, it makes a lot of sense. Obviously, they want to get it back and stuff like that. But to have NBA on another go back to another platform and stuff like that, and also I was reading the article. They may have certain stuff on Peacock too. I don't know if you've seen that. Yeah, so I'm not sure what they put on it. Maybe like some playoff games or whatever. I'm not sure, but I think it's a great opportunity for these companies to bid, and whoever comes out for the W, they're gonna make a lot. They're gonna generate a lot more money for their company.
Yeah, I guess that was kind of the big thing I was gonna get at with like Peacock in general, is that like, sometimes, like, at least for me, like, I buy League Pass every year for all the teams. So that only really is a factor when it's, like, considered a nationally televised game, because it's like you can't watch ESPN with your League Pass. You can't watch TNT with your League Pass. Well, I mean, you can, but it's, like, at a weird angle, and you can't hear broadcasting. So, like, it's not even worth it in a way. Like, if it were to go to NBC and it's considered, like, a nationally broadcast game, would you have to get like the Peacock streaming service, and then that's an additional like fee you have to pay every month, like you have to basically subscribe to get that, right? So I wonder like how that's gonna work, and like if maybe NBC, like I'm sure like they'll probably be just like TNT, just like ESPN, just like ABC, like you can't watch it like through your League Pass. You have to actually either get the actual NBC app or subscription, or you gotta finesse a little bit. You know what I mean? So I don't know, and I'm interested with the Apple and Amazon thing too. I just wonder if they're gonna partner like with a different streaming service, but overall, like, I don't know. I guess we just have to see. This is all like what we're just hearing right now, but go ahead. It looks like you have something you wanted to add.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point that you bring up the League Pass thing, because this is my first time having League Pass, believe it or not. And the only reason why I had it is because I pre-ordered 2K, and it was a part of the deal, right? And honestly, it's the best thing I ever got, because I can watch whatever game I want. Right. But one of the things that was a problem that you brought up was because I'm from Boston, if you didn't know. So if I try to watch the Boston Celtics, and they're on like ESPN or whatever the case may be, it would say a blackout. And That's one of the most frustrating things ever because I'm just like, why? I'm just trying to watch some basketball. The blackout this, and I'm just like, so now if they say whoever wins, like Amazon, NBC, Apple, whatever the case may be, right? I'm pretty sure that app people are probably gonna subscribe to, whatever the case may be. If we could watch some games over there or whatnot, so we don't have to deal with that. Like for real basketball, like real people that like to always watch basketball, not just like casually, like once in a while. I like to watch the majority of all these games just to see like how teams are playing. So I personally feel like it helps out the creators in a way, in a sense, because it's like now we games that we can't really see or what the case may be, we might have a chance um with that coming in. So I think it's interesting, but at the end of the day, we really have to see, and let's see who comes up with the highest bid.
Yeah, I think this is going to be something like we'll have to be watching as we get to the off season too. But if you want, we can move on to a team who's hoping they have an extended date before their off season starts, because it's always started at the same time for the past who knows how long, 16, 17 years now, and that is the Sacramento Kings. They're the only like team we're going to talk about for this episode, mainly because this is probably the most promising the Kings have looked in so long. They're currently sitting at the 3 seed. No one could have expected them to be there. But, the West is also pretty tight. So, do you think – I think this is a big question for them. Can they close out the season strong? Do you think they can make a push and maybe keep their crown as the best team in the Pacific Division record-wise right now? Or do you think they'll slip? Do you think they'll still make the playoffs? What do you see from the Kings moving forward to the rest of the year?
So when we hit this point of the season, I say, personally, in my opinion, this is what I truthfully think. You are who you are right now. I don't think, unless like a dramatic injury happens with Sabonis or a dramatic injury happens with De'Aaron Fox, I think this is who the Sacramento Kings are. They're 33 and 25, right? I know it's very tight, but personally, if you really look at the standings, right, the Clippers and Suns, and maybe the Mavericks, right? They could still maybe fight for third seed, whatever the case may be. But I can't see the Kings falling from being in the play. I personally can't see it happening, right? I think the West, after that, the Pelicans are questionable. Timberwolves, I think the Warriors are who the Warriors are currently right now. They're always going to be a 500 team. And then after that, there's nothing they really got to worry about. So the farthest I could potentially see them falling is a 6th seed. But I like to say this, right? They're a top 5 offense in the NBA. They've been like that since the whole season. I think they have averaged the most points right now, number 1. But not only that, I was looking at a stat up, and their defense is a problem right now, right? I believe they're ranked 23. Defensive ranking is like 23 around there, which is awful. That's not gonna work in the postseason, right? Obviously. But the main point is to get into the postseason, right? But that's one thing they need to clean up ASAP. You could score 130 points, but you could give up 131 and still lose, right? Yeah. But we got to look at the additions they did. They added during the offseason, right? They added a Kevin Huerter, who's having a great year. They added a Malik Monk, who is known for when he played for the Lakers, he was being a lineup coming off the bench. He's just a legit bucket getter. And also, I want to say this: they have 6 players average in double figures. 6 players on the team that average double figures. And don't forget about Terrence Davis, Davian Mitchell, who's a very, very good defender. Terrence Davis lights it up, a veteran. But I do also want to bring this up that they have one of the top 4. Their schedule for the next 23 games, they have one of the top 5 hardest schedules for remaining. So that's something that we have to watch out for. They play Portland, the game when they come out of All-Star break, right? And Portland, okay, cool and all, but they're still trying to fight to get in the play-in. So that's always going to be a dogfight, right? Then they got the Clippers, new additions of Russell Westbrook, new addition of Eric Gordon, Mason Plumlee, Bones Highland. They're going to be a top dog. And the Clippers are going to try to continue to better their seeding, right? And then they play the Oklahoma City Thunder twice. Right now, no one would ever expect this team to be even in the play-in. I honestly still believe they're trying to get in the play-in this year to see what can they do, right? So they're coming off their schedule. They have a lot of tough teams coming out, and that's going to tell me a lot. But like I said, who they are right now, I think they're going to remain that. Hopefully they stay healthy. They're a solid home team with 17-12, a solid away team 15-13. Their last 10 games they are 5-5 and currently on a 1-game losing streak. The 5-5 is a little bit streak. That's a 500 team right there. But if De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis continue to play like how they're playing, continue to be a top 5 offense right now, continue to score points, if they can at least be a top 10, top 15 defense, they'll be straight. And I think they'll be one of the toughest teams if they hit that playoffs. No one really wants to see them because they score and they're fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, I want to say this. I'm sorry, right? The last time they made a playoff was 2005, 2006. That's the last time I believe we've seen them. We're in the 2023 season. I think that they're tired of hearing that. This is their year. They're going to be like, you know what? We're making the postseason. I got to give them credit for the low-key moves because, during the offseason, people be like, look at the big moves are like KD to this or Kyrie to this. But I look at the underrated moves that already have the superstar players, but continue to add more depth and continue to add qualified role players to improve your team. And Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter was one of the perfect additions. They fit perfect on this team. And you got to give credit to the Kings because years there'll be frauds. Years, a lot of people just clown them, this and that. They don't really know how to draft too well. But this year, congratulations, because you're doing a very, very good job.
Yeah, I think that last time they made the playoffs, I think Mike Bibby was still on the team. I think he was like the last remaining piece from like their 2002 run. But no, I mean, I'm right there with you. I think that I agree with you to the point where it's like, at this point in the season, they are what they are. They're not going to just fall off a cliff and miss the play-in and stuff. I think even this season, like making the play-in would have been a big step for the Kings. So even if they do somehow slide down there, I think they wouldn't be too upset. I mean, granted, you see them in third and you see them slide all the way down. It is a bit upsetting. I mean, as a Bulls fan, I was kind of upset last year when we were the 1 seed for most of the year, and then we fall down almost to the play-in, and then we lose in 5. So I definitely understand it from that perspective, but I still think, there's 3 teams right below them who are definitely going to be, they got guys that you can trust to make a late season push, and they're definitely built for the playoffs. You got Kawhi for the Clippers. You got, really, for the Suns, probably I trust Durant and Devin Booker for that team. Chris Paul historically, too. I probably wouldn't say he's exactly been the same this year. But, they got veterans as well. And then you could argue there's 2 guys in Dallas, too, with Kyrie and Luka. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be tough. Like you said, they have one of the harder schedules. Their defense is going to have to step it up. But even I think if they go like 500 or they have like, I think 27 games left in the season or something like that. Or 25 games left. If they go like 12-13 or 13-14, I think they could still, that win percentage will be a top 6 seed based on right now. So I don't know. I like the way they played. Like you said, I mean, like Fox and Sabonis have been one of the best duos in the league this season. Huerter was a great addition. Harrison Barnes, Keegan Murray, all those guys can shoot it from 3. I think Trey Lyles has probably been one of the more underrated players on their team just because, like, I feel like he's one of those guys, like, everyone forgets, like, he's still in the NBA. And then, like, you watch the Kings and it's like, oh, he's playing meaningful minutes for a meaningful team. And it's like he's actually not doing too bad. So, got to give him credit, too. And definitely, like, Mike Brown as well. I think you even said this yesterday. Like, Mike Brown deserves a lot of credit, too. So, I don't know. I think that I still believe they will make the playoffs. I would not be surprised if they have to do it by the play-in, but even if they do slide there, like, they'll probably be like 7th or so, and I don't see them losing back-to-back, but yeah.
Yeah. And let me just throw this in real quick, right? Mm-hmm. Mike Brown, I know he gets what is not really a great, people like to say he's not a great head coach, this and that, right? Mm. He was an assistant coach for Steve Kerr in that Golden State Warriors roster. Mm-hmm. Was with I personally think, a top-tier head coach in the NBA, Steve Kerr. He learned from that. He took the opportunity. He brought it to Sacramento, and I believe this is his first year there, and already he's going to be making the postseason. That's something very incredible. Also, you bring up Trey Lyles. I think that's crazy to bring that up because a few seasons ago, remember Rashad Holmes? He was one of their top-tier players. He's no longer their top-tier player.
Just last year he was too, yeah.
Yeah. Literally, there was a report coming out that he may get bought out. I don't see that happening. I really don't see that. I think it's a little bit too much. But it just shows how deep this team could be. If one of your best players, literally last year, is not playing as much as he is now, it shows how good this team has been this year. So just want to throw that out too.
Yeah, and especially with Mike Brown, I mean, not only just that, but I mean, he has experience. He's coached guys like LeBron, guys like Kobe, guys like Dwight Howard, right? Steve Nash, I believe. So there's just a lot of guys that he's had experience around that I think it's built him for this moment, especially to take on a challenge, and he's made the most of it. So, but if you want, we can move on to another guy who he's had a challenging experience as of late, to put it easy, and that's Bryn Forbes. Bryn Forbes, just a couple years ago, this guy was outscoring Jimmy Butler in the first round of a playoff series. That's what everyone said. I know you probably don't like that. I probably should not have brought that up. But the point is now, like, this guy is just falling off, getting arrested. Apparently the report's saying he gave his ex-girlfriend 2 black eyes because he was like upset with her OnlyFans career, and he was like getting jealous of that, which it all seems so stupid. But give me your take on this, because I think it's ridiculous.
Listen, let me tell you something about Bryn Forbes, right? 2 years ago, I was like, any team that gets him is going to be a very good pickup, because any championship roster, they need shooting, and that's what he provides, right? And so this year, he's shooting 30% from the three-point line. So you're not doing what you're good at this year, right? And we're going to get into the girlfriend situation, but I just wanted to go into that, right? Yeah. He's shooting 30%. That's close to Russell Westbrook range from the three-point line. I believe Russell Westbrook is at 29%, 0.7. So if you're shooting near Russell Westbrook and all you're known to do is shoot threes, that's the main reason why you got released from the Minnesota Timberwolves, right? I think that plays a part. These NBA players are just like us. They just have a little bit more money. They deal with a lot. And so you getting fired from your job, and I'm not saying what he did was acceptable, because I feel like no man should put hands on women overall, right? But this is maybe me thinking, right? He sees that he has no job. He sees his girlfriend is making tons of money off OnlyFans, right? Because OnlyFans, they make more money. There's some players, they make some people on OnlyFans make more money than some role players in the NBA. Like, that money's for real over there, right? And maybe I'm just totally wrong. I don't know why he would. I feel like there was a whole altercation and stuff like that. He never abused her. This is the first time. I was reading the article. It's like ever since they've been dating, he was never like that. But this is the last time that's ever going to happen. But he just got fired from his job. I don't see another team picking him up after these allegations, because we all know when it comes to women, just around the world, it's huge now. Like, women are protected. And so, one, when you're not really good at basketball at the moment, you're getting cut, and then you abused her, and she has 2 black eyes, and she has a lot of stuff. Like, she was, like, her whole body's all bruised up. I think she even had something, like, there's something mentally wrong with her now, something like that in the article or something like that. So, I don't really care for the backstory. Maybe she did something. Maybe she did. There's something that we don't know that's they built up to it. At the end of the day, we are men. We're always going to be stronger than women. Never put your hands on a woman, no matter what you're going through. Just because you got, like, you know what I'm saying? So I think his NBA career could possibly be over. But also, Myers Leonard recently just got signed to the Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah. And he said some crazy stuff on the internet. So maybe it isn't. Maybe it's not. A lot of people do get opportunities. They do get chances. But we'll see.
I was actually, just going to bring up that Myers Leonard thing, just because, like, even though with this, like, I mean, he's still getting a second chance. Ironically, with the Bucks, who Bryn Forbes, like, won a championship with. But no, I mean, you basically hit it right on the nail. I guess the only thing I'll add is, like, just in general, like, if you're going to be with someone and, like, you only are going to, like, be pocket watching in a way, like, what they're making, and it's like, oh, I got to make more or something. I don't know if he felt that way just because, like, he's the man in the relationship or something. Like, I don't know. And he felt like maybe it was taken away from him. Like, that's just kind of stupid, and you shouldn't even be, that doesn't even just go for, like, dating. You shouldn't be friends with someone if you're just going to get, like, jealous of them and something like that, like of their money or their success or anything like that. Like, that just seems dumb. Like, you're making it worse for yourself, and it just makes you look worse. I don't know.
Let me just throw one more thing into there, right? He's in the NBA, so he's going to be a spotlight. He's not like one of us who maybe, I'm not saying we'll ever do it, but like we're not a superstar player. We're not a superstar player. We're just not a celebrity. So when you're a celebrity, you're always getting watched no matter what. But I just want to throw this out here real quick, right?
Okay.
I'm looking at the salary of Bryn Forbes. He has never, ever made more than $5 million in a season. Never. Ever. His average salary for the Timberwolves was 2.2. The Spurs was 4.5. The Spurs once again was 2.4, 2.3 with the Bucks, $3,700,000. He has never made more than $5 million.
Hey man, so I'll take that 700,000. That's all I was gonna say. I'll take the 700,000. What were you gonna say? Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, going back to like the pocket watching, he's probably upset. His girlfriend's probably making more money than him, and she's probably like, "Yo, I'm making more money than you. I'm paying the bills. Like, what's going on? Who knows, right?"
Yeah, yeah. And I guess like that would be annoying, but at the same time, like you don't do that. Yeah. Like it's not justified. But if you want, though, we can move on to talking about this buyout market because it's been a frenzy lately. Obviously, you're a big Russell Westbrook fan. Him going to the Clippers, my Chicago Bulls adding Patrick Beverley. We got Terrence Ross in the Suns, Kevin Love on the Heat, Danny Green on the Cavaliers. Like, I guess, like, what do you think of some of the buyout additions? Like, did you have, like, a big move that jumped out to you in a good way or in a bad way? Or what did you see from it?
Oh, let's just talk about the most recent one. Patrick Beverley and Russell Westbrook happened yesterday, I believe. So, the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls front office is a disaster. Billy Donovan needs to go. Yeah. Sorry. I was never a fan of Billy when he was in OKC, so I don't really care for him now. But the Bulls are 26-33. They have underperformed this season. When you have a tandem of Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Vooch, you should at least be positive, right? There's just no excuse. I understand Lonzo Ball's injury was huge. It is what it is. We all know he's injury prone. I'm not sure if he ever play basketball again. Who knows? But you adding Patrick Beverley to this team is a very good addition. One, for Patrick Beverley, he's back at home. I was just watching his podcast yesterday, and he pretty much says, I'm happy I'm Chicago. I can drive my kids to school now. Mm-hmm. That's a good feeling for a father, because he's like, I'm finally home. I can be with my kids more. And his mind is probably, he's happy now, because when you're around family, you just be happy. He was in a toxic environment with the Los Angeles Lakers, a losing team, a toxic fan base. He couldn't see his kids. That's no excuse of why he was playing pretty bad in the beginning of the season. But this is just going to give him fuel for the Chicago Bulls. One, he don't miss the playoffs. What did he say for the Minnesota Timberwolves? We making the playoffs. Mm-hmm. What did they do? They made the playoffs. Now, I do want to say it was early in the year, so they had plenty of time to, take the playoffs. This year, he's joining a team with 20-plus games left. But that's still plenty of time to get in the play-in and the playoffs. The Eastern Conference is weak and stuff like that. After losing Lonzo Ball out for the season, there's not much guard over there. Guard depth. You have Ayo. You have Kobe White. Not a big fan of them personally, in my opinion. I think Kobe White should have been moved on. I think you don't give up on Ayo just yet, but Kobe White needs to get out of there, right? Yeah. So now Patrick Beverley's going to bring that intensity. He's going to bring that fire. The Chicago Bulls are slacking on the defense end. They're playing terrible on the offense end. He's going to let the players know, let's step it up. Let's get this momentum going. And when Patrick Beverley's talking to you, I personally think players respect him. Like his teammates at least, right? Maybe his opponents that he might be annoying and stuff like that, but great addition. I think he's going to lit a fire maybe under Billy Donovan, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, this whole roster. So I love it. I give that like a B+ addition, to be honest with you, right? Russell Westbrook to the Clippers now, right? I love it because I'm a Russell Westbrook fan. Listen, for everybody in the comment sections, if you want to come for me because I'm a Russell Westbrook fan, it is what it is. I support my player to the day. And also, I don't want to spoil it, but I'm pretty sure Super Mario. We have a debate coming up next week. Russell Westbrook and Derrick Rose. Ready for that. Mm-hmm. Can't wait. But Russ to the Clippers is a big question mark, right? I'm not going to be one of those Russ fans and be like, he's going to the Clippers, we're winning a championship. No, I'm not going to say that. Because I know how Russ is limited. He's not the same 2017 MVP, 2016 Russ. It's not there no more, right? But what I do say, though, is the Clippers have shooting. I think you brought up this stat yesterday. This is his first time he has a top 7 shooting team, like top 7 offense that can just shoot the 3 ball pretty well, right? But that's very incredible for him because now he has Norman Powell, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Terrence Mann, Eric Gordon. The list continues to go on. And so what Russell Westbrook is known for is attacking the rim and kicking out. So now the defense is not going to be like, okay, Russ, we're going to leave you open. Maybe they do that for a little bit, but when Russ, PG, Kawhi Leonard, and all these shooters are on the game, you can't do that because you got to worry about the other options. And so now Russ is going to have a lot of free lanes going to the basket. He still loses the ball. Like, I feel like he has finger problems because he's always losing the ball, and it's frustrating. But if he can just keep attacking the rim, keep drawing fouls, kicking out, keep feeding the lob to Zubac or whatever the case may be, playing the bench unit with Norman Powell, I think it could be a good fit. We just have to see. I think Ty Lue's going to be the X factor. I don't think it's going to be Russ that's going to be the X factor. It's going to be about Ty Lue. How does he operate his minutes? Is he a starter? Is he coming off the bench? What rotations did he put him in? Obviously, I think he has to play with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. How are they going to work that? I know they're not ball dominant players. They could be, obviously. Kawhi Leonard, they take them players one-on-one. But if Russ is running the offense, the Clippers finally got a true, legit playmaker on their roster, which they had been lacking. There's a reason why they gave up John Wall. There's a reason why they traded Freddie Jackson, right? They added Bones Highland, not really a playmaker. Eric Gordon, you could consider him one, but Russ is just that dude who not only can score, but produces on different ends, on different things to help you win, right? Off the bench this year, he's averaged about 6.2 rebounds and 7.5 assists in 28 minutes. Also with 16 points. His field goal percentage is 41% from the field. Not the greatest, but Russ coming to this team now, he's not the number 1 option, not the number 2, not the number 3, not the number 4. And you could continue because they're so deep. He could literally be their number 5 option. And that is something to watch out for. So I'm going to say a big question mark. I'm excited to see how the Clippers play. They have a tough remaining schedule. That's going to tell me a lot. But right now, question mark, graded. But I'm excited for Russ because he doesn't get to leave. He doesn't go nowhere. He's just going to the next door neighbor, Clippers, right? Kevin Love to Miami. Love the move. I absolutely love the move. I know Kevin Love is not Minnesota Kevin Love. I know he's not even the Cleveland Cavaliers Kevin Love when he's playing with LeBron and Kyrie. But one of the things the Miami Heat was lacking was size and depth. They have no big men over there. Yurt 7 out with injury, with ankle. Orlando Robinson on a 2-way deal. We shouldn't be relying on that. We gave up Dwayne Dedmon. Now we added a floor spacer in Kevin Love, who could spread out the floor, who this year shot 35% from the three-point line. And also he can help with Bam on the defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds, whatever the case may be. Our offense could be a little bit better. The Miami Heat had one of the worst three-point shooting teams this year. Kevin Love can improve that because that's kind of what he's really known for, is spacing the floor, doing the pick and pops, going to the three-point line. Also, at the additions of Cody Zeller, I'm going to just talk about it a little bit, very underrated because now if Bam is tired, we can have a somewhat a reliable backup center coming to back him up a little bit. And one of the main reasons is that Bam was always gassed heading into that fourth quarter, and he's their main scorer, main person they go to because Jimmy just I don't know what's going on with Jimmy. So now Bam gets to rest a little bit. We just add more front court depth, and I love it. I think Kevin Love is going to play really, really good this year. His defense needs to improve, but one thing about Miami, they're a top 5 defense in the NBA right now. So Danny Green to the Cavaliers, solid move. Veteran help, and you add more shooting, and he's going back to a team where he used to play for. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I do like the Danny Green move. I think that he could very well be that small forward in the playoffs. I know he's about like 6'6" or so. So it seems like all their small forwards are a little undersized, except Osman. But I don't know. I think he could be a good addition for him. Definitely adds that veteran leadership. I'm basically, like you said, everything about Kevin Love, with adding 3-point shooting for a big man, which they desperately needed, like more depth at the big man spot. And then like the two guards, I think like I really like the Beverly move for us. The only thing is like for us too is that like our ball movement has just been really bad this year. So like that's the one thing we're not gonna get fixed with Patrick Beverly. I like that he's gonna play hard with energy. Adds another defender there. Maybe we see it like, when we saw those lineups last year with Lonzo and Caruso, like if we see lineups with Beverly and Caruso, maybe we can kind of rejuvenate or rekindle a little bit of what we saw last year when we were number one. We're not going to play like we're the best team in the East, but if we can just at least get into that play-in mix, then I like our chances, especially if the vibes are good. And again, with Russell Westbrook, I think that, again, it all depends on Tyronn Lue. And like you said too, like he shoots like 41% from the field and maybe about like 30 or so percent from three, but at the same time that's about what you were getting anyways out of Reggie Jackson, out of John Wall. The only difference is I think Russell Westbrook has the most experience. He, even though like he's never won a championship, people knock him for it, he's at least made the finals. He's made multiple runs. He's been that all NBA caliber player for many years of his career, more so than John Wall, more so than Reggie Jackson. I mean, literally started over Reggie Jackson for who knows how many years. So, like, I don't know. I personally like the addition to some extent, but it's going to depend on coaching for sure. And then the Terrence Ross move, I think that's great for him and Warren in the backcourt, or in the 3-4 off the bench, but I don't know. You got any other final thoughts with the buyouts?
Yeah, I forgot about Terrence Ross to Phoenix. I like it. Then you add another scorer that can create his own shot, that can create more offense for Brooklyn. So whenever they're always going to have a star out there no matter what. There's never not going to be a star for Phoenix out there. But what you need around these stars are players that can score, can shoot, and play a little bit defense. Because Terrence Ross is not known as a defender and stuff like that. But you added players like a Darius Baisley, added players like a TJ Warren. So I love what the Phoenix Suns do. Sadly, for a Phoenix Suns fan, I don't think you win this year. I don't think there's enough time. But next year, you have a very good chance. You have a full off season. You can play with your roster again and run it back. And I think they're going to be very good because at the end of the day, we don't know what's going on with KD still. We don't know when he's coming back. So there's still a lot of question marks. But yeah, I mean, it's a very fun buyout. Will Barton recently just got bought out. So I think he's going to be another interesting wing available left in the free agent market to help a championship team out. So I don't know where he's going to go, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I saw rumors too about John Wall, but we'll probably have more about that. I'll probably have more on that in my next episode because I'm sure by that time they'll probably decide on the team or they'll have more of a decision. But if you want though, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
You want to know my opinion about John Wall?
Go ahead. Give me your 2 cents.
I think his career is over.
Could be. It could be. And it's tough because of what he was saying before the season. I would like to see him on a team. I just don't know. But hopefully for him he can get on a team. I know the Bucks were rumored with him. Maybe he goes back to the Wizards. The Lakers are in every rumor, so you can never count them out. So but I don't know. If you want though, we can move on though to the 20 questions game. Now, I've explained to you the rules, but I'm going to explain it again for anyone new watching. And I actually, this time, typed out the rules, so I'm not going to be, confused with what I'm saying. So, my guy Trent here, top notch, can ask me a maximum of 20 hint-related questions to guess a specific NBA-related thing. This could be a current player, current coach, former player, former coach, a team, a basketball move, or so on. After each hint-related question, one guess is allowed to be made, although it is not required. For every additional question you ask or guess you make, the less points you can receive. So if you get it correct after one hint-related question, you can get 20 points. After 2 questions, you get 19 points, and so on. Now, Trent must ask at least 5 hint-related questions before he can choose to give up if he literally does not know. But considering there are 3 different things to guess and the maximum for each one is 20 points, that makes 60 points overall. But other than that, are you ready?
Listen, before we get into this, okay? That comment section, please don't come for me, man. I'm not the greatest, but listen, I know some basketball, so let's. I'm ready for it, man. Let's just get straight to it.
I mean, some people have missed some pretty what I felt were easy ones over the course of the season so far. So I don't know. I feel like you should be fine. But are you ready for the first one?
I'm ready.
Okay, so you can ask away, and I'm gonna mark down like however many questions you ask.
Got you. Okay, is he a MVP? Has he ever won an MVP in his career?
No.
Is he in the Eastern Conference or Western Conference?
Okay, I also should say, so it has to be yes or no questions. I know like that's kind of like either or anyways. So yes, he's in the West.
Okay, I got you.
I should have said that. That's my bad.
Is his team in the playoffs?
What would you say by that? Like
So top six.
Top six, so like a guaranteed? No.
Okay. Is he 6 feet and up?
So like 6 feet flat and above?
Yeah, so like 6 feet, 6'1", 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". Yeah, okay.
Yes, he's above that.
Okay. Yeah,
and like I said too, so you can make guesses after each one too. So you've used 4 questions, so you can throw out one guess here if you want, and then it won't count against you. And then you can keep ask another question. It'll go down. But yeah.
Okay, so Western Conference.
He's above 6 foot.
Okay, I'm a guess right now. Okay.
Okay. And he's not in the playoff picture too.
Not in the playoffs, and I can't look at anything, right?
I mean, you can look at stuff to get an idea. Nothing against that. I feel like it'd be hard to know unless you ask enough.
West, he's in the play. He's not in the playoffs. He didn't win MVP. Okay. And it's not in top six. It's we're doing not top six, right?
So it'll be not okay. Top six.
Is it Zion?
It is not Zion.
Damn.
So you're fine. You've only used 4, so the next one you ask will be 5, and then again you can make another guess if you want.
Okay. Has he ever won rookie of the year ever in his NBA career?
So are you asking if he won rookie of the year?
Yeah.
No, he did not.
Okay. Okay. Is he gonna go down as is he gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Okay, this is tough because this is a subjective question, but I guess like if like his career ended today, like you're asking like me, my opinion, I guess on this.
Yeah.
I would say no.
Interesting. So he never won Rookie of the Year. He's in the West. Is not in the playoff picture. He's above 6 feet.
Correct. All that is true.
Okay. Oh, okay. Is it okay? Is it Damian Lillard?
It is not Damian Lillard. So you've still only used 6 questions. Like I said, you can use a maximum of 20, but you're also past the 5-question threshold if you literally don't know.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna keep asking for a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
I need to know this. Okay. First time. Chat, listen, first time, man. I'm trying to okay. Okay. I'm gonna ask you this question. Have he been on several teams throughout his career?
Yes. He has been on multiple teams.
Multiple teams. Okay, well, it can't be Dame, obviously. Okay. And I don't know if I already asked this question. He's an all-star, so is he a role player?
Wait, did you ask if he's an all-star or is he a role player?
Yeah, well, I was gonna ask an All-Star, but I was just asking, is he a role player?
No, he's not a role player. I wouldn't say.
Oh, okay. Got you. Ooh, and he's above 6 feet. Never won Rookie of the Year. And man, we got. I'm looking at this. Okay, I got two guesses. But I'm gonna ask one more question in between that, and then I'm gonna stop. I got first one. I'm gonna go with. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling. Is it Edwards?
It is not Anthony Edwards.
The way you do it makes it seem like it is, and then you say,
I gotta do it formal.
Okay. Is he injury prone?
You say, is he injury prone?
Yes.
Like historically or like this season?
Historically.
Okay. I would say kinda, yeah. Like historically. He hasn't though this season.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna say that because I was gonna go with that. Okay. Ooh. Okay, this is gonna be my final answer, and I'm going with it.
Really? Okay.
Not in the playoffs. Never won Rookie of the Year. Western Conference, above 6 feet. Hasn't got injured this year.
I mean, he hasn't played every game, but like I wouldn't say he's injury prone. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, I'm gonna go with. Okay. I'm gonna go with. Let's go with a wild guess. Is it Klay Thompson?
It is not Klay Thompson.
Okay, I don't know who it is.
You giving up, or you want to? You can keep going, but if you literally don't know, you don't think you're on the right track, you can give up.
Because listen, I'm looking at this Western Conference standings right now, and I'm trying to think. He said he's not a role player, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, if he's not a role player, he's an all-star. I'm looking at 7, 8, 9, 10.
Well, you could ask too. You have 11 more questions. You didn't ask if he's an all-star or not.
It's true, I didn't. Is he an all-star?
He is an all-star. He was an all-star this year too.
He was an all-star this year?
Yes.
And man. Hold up, bro. Hold up. And he's in the West.
I got you rejuvenated into it now.
Yeah, bro, you definitely did. Cause wait, hold up. West. Okay. And he's in. Oh, by the way, I have a question. Does this all get like cut out? Was on like a bunch of.
I mean, like if it's like really draggy, then maybe.
Okay. I got you. Okay. Okay, I think I have my answer. He was in an All-Star game this year, right?
Yes.
And he historically. Oh, this year he hasn't been injured as much. He hasn't missed time.
Right.
But historically, he has been injured.
I would say so. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna go with. Is it PG?
It is not Paul George.
Okay.
So you've used.
Hold up. That was a bad guess because he's in the playoffs. That was a stupid guess. I don't even know why I said that. Okay, that's fine. So I'm getting this. No matter if I get these points. Okay. Damn, bro. These games. Okay. Has he ever won a championship?
No.
No championship? Okay.
Not in the NBA, no.
They not in the NBA. Luka.
Are you guessing Luka or?
Wait, because you said he's not. He said you never won a championship in the NBA.
He never won a title in the NBA, but like, yeah, he's in the NBA. He was an NBA All-Star this year.
Oh, I thought you made it seem like he played in another league.
No.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait.
And he's
Bro, you said what?
and I was just like recapping, like he's not in the playoffs. Um, he was an All-Star this year. But yeah.
Oh, it was crazy. Like I feel like this is a really basic answer, and we overthink it so much. That's what it really comes up to.
Yeah.
We overthink it. We just overthink it. There's just no way I don't know this right now, and I'm gonna sound. It's gonna be crazy when it comes to answer, and I just would be so mad. No one would be mad. Okay, in the West, not in the playoffs. Not in the playoffs. The 7-8. Okay, bro. Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna go a wild guess, and that's my last one. Is it marketing or no?
Who'd you guess? Markkinen?
Yeah.
It is Markkinen. Yeah.
Let's go.
Clutched up at the end.
Let's go.
So you got 10 points on that because that was 11 questions.
Okay.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Now we still got two more to go through here. But
that's fine.
at least you're not going home empty-handed. We know that now.
Did John go home empty-handed?
No, nobody's gone home empty-handed when doing this.
Okay.
So, but are you ready for the second one?
Ready.
All right, you can ask away.
Okay. Is he in the Eastern Conference?
He was in the Eastern Conference.
So this is my second question.
In the past, yeah.
Oh, in the. Is he okay? Has he won a championship?
Wait, what was the question you asked?
Oh, has he won a championship?
No.
No championship. Okay. How many times oh, that's not it. Never mind. Did he make the All-Star game this year?
No. Okay, I'm going to kind of stop you so I'm not leading you down the wrong track intentionally. So I said he was in the East before because he used to play.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Got you.
I feel like it would have been totally unfair if you kept guessing like current guys.
Yeah, I'm thinking he was in the East before, but he's just in the West now. He got traded away. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not in the NBA no more. Oh,
no,
okay.
But he did play in the East. I would say, actually, he played in the East his whole career.
Okay, now got you. I'm just gonna throw a wild guess out there, and this is a wild guess. Hey, no, that's not it. Because he didn't play in the East his whole career. Never mind. I was gonna say something wild. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay. Not in the NBA. Okay. The question I'm gonna ask is, damn, you can't really. It's a yes or no. Damn. Okay. Okay. The last time he played, was it 5 years ago, or we're going longer than that?
What would you say like the 5th year ago? Like, are you saying 2018-19 or 2017-18?
We can just go 2017.
So like since 2017, he has played since 2017. So
he has played.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess that kind of gives away when he was like out of the league.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I know. I be trying to ask questions and I just like I don't know. Okay. And he played in the East his whole career. Damn. Okay. There's so much players that I could just think of, but okay. How many questions did I ask you already?
You've asked 4. So if you use one more, you are free to give up if you literally aren't on the right track. But
got you. Okay. He win with Rookie of the Year.
He did not win Rookie of the Year. I know you didn't ask this, but I will say he did have a pretty good rookie year.
That's really pretty good. I'm gonna be honest with you. This one I had no rights. Like like hints or anything, so I'm probably not gonna know this one. Like I needed at least one hint, and couldn't even get off that. So this one I'm just gonna take the L on because I didn't get no hints.
You're taking the L?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the L on that one.
All right. So I did say I played in the East his whole career. Was never an All-Star, but he did have a few years where he played like one, and he had a good rookie year, but he wasn't Rookie of the Year. The correct answer, which is one of my guys, and that is Brandon Jennings.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Milwaukee, the lefty, man.
Yeah. Might have been hard to, I guess, like think of him with all the like legends and stuff like that, but I mean, dude,
I'm gonna be honest.
Dude was nice.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Like I had no hints. Like, I kept freaking striking out, but I haven't heard Brandon Jennings in a while. Holy.
Yeah, but I think this one you could rebound and definitely get this one. You might get to this one earlier and you got the marketing one. So are you ready for the last one?
Yeah, I'm ready. So you putting more pressure on me now. But okay, let's go.
All right. You can ask away.
Okay. I always like to ask first. In the Eastern Conference.
No.
Okay. Perfect. Is his team in the playoffs top 6 seed right now?
No.
So 7 through 15, right? 7 through 15.
Well, yeah. I'm not gonna count that against you, but
yeah, okay.
Because that's literally the same question.
Yeah, okay. He's not in the playoffs. He's in the West. As he won a championship.
Yes.
Does he have 4 rings?
No. He does not have 4 rings.
Okay.
But no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say
that. Okay. He does not have 4 rings. Okay. But okay, so this is gonna be another question. He has rings, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, gotcha. I'm not gonna count that against you because you said you asked if he won a championship. So you've used 4 questions so far.
Oh. Okay. It has to be, bro. This one's so simple. I know it's so simple. He's not in the playoffs. He has 1 rings. Is he in the? Okay. Is he in? Is he top? No. Is he top 10 in scoring for NBA history, like overall?
No way. Nope.
No way. Okay.
No. I mean,
okay.
So, you used 5 questions, but what I will say is this guy is notable, but I mean, and he's currently with a team, but not in the way you're probably thinking. It's a little bit like the last one, like last one was a former player. This one is currently with the team, affiliated with the team, but he might not be a current player. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, okay.
Now, everything you've asked about the team, that still holds true, but yeah.
Wow. So, crazy names just come to myself, and he's not. Okay.
Like I said before, it could be a current player, a former player, a coach, a team. It could be anything.
Jason Kidd.
Are you guessing Jason Kidd?
I'm guessing Jason Kidd.
It is not Jason Kidd.
Okay.
But now you're on the right track, I will say. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is he? I don't know why I keep thinking this, so I'm just gonna say it. Is it Barboza?
It is not Barboza.
Okay. I just wanted to get that out because I'm like, it's stuck in my head. I don't know why. I'm trying to. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to think of some.
You can ask more questions too,
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the code. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So. Okay, this question is gonna ask. Is his team positive by 500?
Like they have a winning record.
Do they have okay. Do they have a winning record or a negative record?
So they have a negative record.
Negative record.
Yeah.
Okay.
And by that,
Got you.
like, so I count, like, if you're, like, literally a 500 team, I count that as a positive record. So,
Yep. Okay. So 28 and 29 is negative.
yeah. And everything
Got you.
below.
Okay. So holy crap! I just narrowed a lot of teams down. Okay. I narrowed a lot of teams down. Okay. Okay. Dwayne Wade.
You guess Dwayne Wade?
No, hold up. Yeah, whatever. I forgot my already thinks the hints, but I don't know why I thought of that because just go with D Wade. But I'm gonna continue to go. Just go with D Wade, whatever.
Okay, it is not D Wade.
Okay, cool. I'm just looking at okay. You said I was in the right direction when I said Jason Kidd, right? So
Yeah.
not giving an answer. Is okay. Is he with the coaching staff?
Yes.
Okay. Got you. Okay. He's with the coaching staff, and his team is negative.
Mm-hmm.
And gotta go. It's just okay. I'm asking another question.
Okay.
Is he the head coach?
Yes, he is the head coach.
He is the head coach.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, okay. Chauncey Billups.
It is not Chauncey Billups.
It's not Chauncey Billups. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Really? Wow. I really thought it was Chauncey. Okay. Damn. Okay. So if it's not Chauncey, okay, I have these two final answers, and then I'm done. Okay, two final answers right here.
Okay.
I'm even gonna ask the question, but I'm just gonna go with these two players.
Okay.
Is it what's his name? Is it Steven I can't even say his name. Steven Cialis or Darvin Ham?
Wait, who are you guessing right now?
Those are just both for my answers. I'm gonna guess if it's not Steven, I'm gonna guess Darvin.
Right, but which one are you gonna guess first?
I just go with Darvin.
It is Darvin Ham. Yes. Yeah, so that one, yeah. I had to do that just so I can like when I make the leaderboards, like which way it's gonna go. So the first one you got in 11 questions, you got 10 points. That one you got in 10 questions, you got 11 points. So I was right. You did get that one in quicker notice. Unfortunately, didn't get Jennings. A tear left my eye because I like Jennings, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I like it too, man.
Yeah, but you got 21 points overall. I don't know where that sits, but I know that that's pretty decent. I think that's like in the mix of things. But what I will say is I've been doing this like every episode, asking my guests to give me one NBA player. Now, this could be a current player or a former player, one that you do like and one that you do not like. And if it's someone that's already been said, then I'll just ask you for another one.
Carthy Towns, I do not like.
You do not like Towns?
Oh.
All right. Any reason why? Like anything in particular?
Okay, so the main reason why I don't like Carthy Towns is because we got to go back to Minnesota. I don't know if you remember that clip right there. They gotta come to our house.
Yeah.
I personally just think Carthy Towns, and maybe this is me being biased. He loves throwing a lot of shade at Russell Westbrook. But let's be honest. At the end of the Russell Westbrook's career, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. Are you gonna be a Hall of Famer? I don't know. Right? So I take offensive when players in the NBA come from my favorite player. I'm not gonna lie, I do.
Yeah.
I think he's just corny. I'm not a big fan of him. I think honestly, I really just like if I see him on TV, I think he's just cringy. I'm just not a fan. There's little things like that. I actually have two, and the second one, I just want to put D Wade.
Okay,
that's fine. D Wade, I have no reason and why, but like, have you ever like seen someone or just like a basketball player that you're just not really a fan of, and just like you see him on TV, it's just like, why are you here? I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I'm not a fan of D Wade.
That's Jeff Teague for me. I hate Jeff Teague.
Jeff Teague. Okay. Yeah. So the one I love, I'm not going to go with the easy one because I think everybody knows that. I'm going to go with John Morant.
Unfortunately, John Morant has already been taken. And you know it's funny? You know who took him? John.
There's no... You don't even watch John. Like, what?
I think he was going for a bold one, too. So you can go for Russell Westbrook. He's not on there. But unless you want to go for something else bold.
And if no one got Russ, I'm going to go with Russ, man.
Okay. Russell Westbrook seems pretty fair. He is your guy. But, yeah, no, I agree with you about Towns. Especially, I remember the 1 year, or was it last year, where Westbrook, I think he shot like an air ball or something. He went like this.
He's just like this. Yeah, like, bro, stop it, bro.
Yeah. He can be a little corny sometimes. But, yeah. I mean, other than that, though, appreciate you being on. And I want to thank you guys at home for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. You got any other final thoughts before we wrap this up?
Yeah, once again, man, shout out to Super Mario. Appreciate you for letting me come on the show. I literally just met him yesterday, if y'all don't know. So back-to-back episodes with him. Super talented dude, man. Make sure y'all keep subscribing to him. But once again, if y'all are still here at this point, if you want to go check me out, I have a Miami Heat page called Miami Heat Network, and then I have a regular page that's called Top Notch. I just cover every team in the NBA, or just my TikTok at Top Notch Hot Takes. So if y'all want to go check that out, I appreciate y'all. Once again, thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, I always put down there the stuff in the description. You guys can check it out, especially since it's our first collab. I'll probably have just like everything in there. So you guys will know where to find him on his TikTok, both his YouTubes, obviously in the Clutch Talk Pod, and everything else. But yeah, again, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching, and we're out. Peace.